DESIblitz.com.
Hi, I'm Ziyad Rahim. I'm a holder of 5 Guinness World Records in long distance running, and you're watching me on DESIblitz.com.
Hi, this is Faisal from DESIblitz.com. We have with us today famous Pakistani adventure runner Ziyad Rahim. Ziyad, it's wonderful to see you again.
Thank you, and likewise.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
You've set 4 new Guinness World Records in different ultra-marathon categories. Briefly talk us through your recent accomplishments.
All the 4 records that I broke, they are interrelated. The main one that I did is the fastest time to complete an ultra marathon on each of the 7 continents. I did it in the number of days as well as the aggregate time of completing it. The other 2 that I broke are the fastest time to complete a marathon and an ultra marathon on each continent. For the first one, the ultra marathon on each continent, the record was 267 days and it was done in 1999. So I managed to do it in 41 days. The other record is the fastest time to complete a marathon and an ultra marathon. The record was a year and 217 days. And since I did the 7 continents plus North Pole last year during my world record attempt, by completing the 7 ultras this year, I managed to complete it in a year and 7 days. So I broke it again by 200 days.
Why did you embark on this challenge?
I don't know, midlife crisis. No, but whenever I go and break a record, it's basically for 3 reasons. A, I want to test my ability, how far I can go. Secondly, I want to raise awareness and funds for a charity. And third, I want to motivate my children. So this year also, there were 2 charities that I was involved with. One of them was the Pakistan Welfare Forum, which takes care of the underprivileged children in Qatar, and the other one is the Maria Christina Foundation that looks after the children in the slums in Dhaka, Bangladesh. So the motivation was there. I mean, one of the main problems that you find these days, in this day and age, is childhood obesity. So by engaging kids and myself in these sort of activities, I want to set an example, especially for my kids. You know, when they see their dad doing something like this, you know, they're motivated to do it. So that's one of the, and then it gives them the bragging rights as well, you know.
Share with us some of the highlights of this world record challenge, the different races you ran, some of your favorite highlights, best ultra marathons.
It was actually much more challenging than last year. A, because these were all ultra marathons. Now, ultra marathons are much longer than a normal marathon and they take place over varied terrain. So the first race was Antarctica. It was 3 nights on the plane, got to Antarctica, ran the 50K. The temperature went down to about -90, -20 degrees. But, you know, managed to overcome that. Some of the other races that I did were far more harder than Antarctica. There was a race that I did for the European leg. I did the race in Kent, and it was during the worst flooding in southern England. It was a trail race, so all the area, everything was all muddy and boggy. So, you know, you put your foot in and it just stays in. That sort of races.
This is horrible.
And how many races did you run in total?
There were 7 ultra marathons on 7 continents.
Okay, brilliant. And which countries were these marathons?
The first one was Antarctica on King George Island. The South American was in Chile, in Punta Arenas, which is the southern tip of Chile. The third one was in Oman, in the Hajar Mountains of Oman, which borders the UAE. The fourth race was in Kent, in UK. Then moved to Australia. We did an ultra marathon in Melbourne, and then after Melbourne, the next weekend I flew to New York. In fact, Long Island. There was a race in Long Island, and the final race was in South Africa, at the Alden Estate in Free State County.
During the final race, as you mentioned, in South Africa, was there a point where you knew with certainty that the records were yours?
I knew I could do that, but the issue was, some of these South Africans, they were scaring me, because we were running through really vast kind of lands, and they said, sometimes you never know, a lion would come and eat you. So, so I knew I could finish it if I don't get eaten up by a lion. So yeah, I knew at the end that I would be able to do it.
So what is the perfect run?
I think the perfect run for me is running in overcast conditions in about 15 degrees Celsius with beautiful scenery, greenery. Unfortunately, I don't get any of those where I live. So I would say some of the races that I've done, the big city marathons like the Chicago and New York City, LA, where there's so much crowd support and the weather is conducive for running. Those are the kind of races I really enjoy. I remember I did the Chicago Marathon, and there were like people 15 deep throughout the 26.2 mile course, and they're out there with like these lovely banners with cheering you on, giving you things. Now those are the kind of races that I love doing. Just imagine you're running and you're on the 14th or the 15th mile and you're tired, and you suddenly see a sign when somebody says Chuck Norris never ran a marathon. It makes you laugh.
Do marathon runners run up in the north of Pakistan in the Karakoram region?
I wouldn't say they run, but they are physically very, very fit. If these people get proper training, they can become very good runners. Take the example of runners in Nepal, where running has really picked up, and they've got now runners who are competing in the ultra stages around the world. The same thing with Kenya. A lot of these Kenyans, they train at high altitude, and that's why they're so good. And there's so much talent in Pakistan that if you harness that talent up in the northern areas, I'm sure we can get a world champion very soon from there. But the awareness is not there, there's no infrastructure. So once you develop that, I'm sure we can train ultra runners in Pakistan.
Right, Ziyad, let's finish in ultra rapid fire mode. Are you ready?
I guess so.
Okay. Running with music, yes or no?
Oh, definitely yes.
Favorite track before or during a race?
Big Rocky fan. I'm a big Rocky fan, so Eye of the Tiger.
Hills or heat?
Hills.
Road or trail?
Road.
3 things in your fridge freezer.
If my kids haven't eaten those. Gatorade, bananas, and yogurt.
Energy gel or kela?
Okay.
Murgi ya machli?
I'm from Lahore, chicken kadai, can't go wrong.
Complete a sentence. Barefoot running is?
Natural.
Baklava or ice cream?
Ice cream.
Favorite running gear?
Long sleeve t-shirt, shorts, and a visor.
Last book you read?
I think I read The Reluctant Fundamentalist, Mohsin Hamid's book.
Now we're off to run up in the mountains. See you there, Ziyad. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.